Hello, feedbackers. I am so extremely very pleased to see you all. It is a beautiful day today. It is a Black Friday. We're late, but we're still here. Here are your links, you fiends. I believe all is set up accordingly. Okay. Pings. All my feedbackers are hung. Let's get the fuck into some tunes, bro. Visuals? Let's turn that quality up. Okay, what the fuck? Be crisper, I hate you too.
Lyrics unfold as another story told. This the yin and yang, light and dark as the pendulum swings. Haptics, the outer body, intertwined with the matrix. Back and forth, not sorry for the vibration. Base station, this a dialect. To dissect would be a nice refresh. I honestly can't believe that I'm saying what I'm saying, but I will keep spraying. And what I will say is this: the pretentious gains I hear about aren't even clever. So I'ma grip the mic on this beat and do whatever. Blasted bass was and wasn't wanted. Some thought it was awesome and some thought it was haunted. I personally am in deep cause it feels pretty vivid, but it also sounds real when you're with the flow, with the vibe on the beat, on the side where you are. I don't know, did this reach you? Maybe so. I spit and I spat on the beat, on this track. Conscious gains, mind uplifted, inside out a gift is gifted. The past, present, future keep me focused on the mind, while my heart, lungs and body found ways to observe time. This the machine internally, like an engine, fueled by love, call me intervention. Conjuring magic from what? The afterlife. Talking to spirits while I get past the mic.
just cutting it like that, bro. That was obviously incredible. More submission. His flow sounds good. I like his inflections. Lyrics are cool. Sound design, cooking. Yeah. Very, very impressive to have lyrics of that quality and fit in the psychedelic vibes. Rare and nice. Okay. What do you want on this, though? What do you crave? Sound design too? No. I think you can almost layer things more overall. Too quiet. I think the vocal, the melodic part was sitting a little back. Somewhere in the break. A little. It sounded smooth and you can kind of make it out, but be a little more confident.
Uneven clever, so I'm a great
rap vocal sounds about perfect placement. Nice mix. Flexing. I like the sub. Sub sounds loud and proper. I'll maybe clean up the attack on some. In a weird way, I feel like hearing the transient kind of pluck makes it almost sound a little less full, strangely. Because relative, if the transient kind of clicks it, then the rest doesn't have that click. It sounds... What? Amazing. Hello, sir. So, the layers will be nice in places. Try it. Other things I was thinking in this first moment of the intro, I think it could be more dense. Just the piano and the Reese. I'm waiting to hear a pad, you know, or perhaps piano more reverbed, more delayed to give that space up, right? Really very, like, if y'all start dropping tracks like this, they're insane.
Did this reach you? Maybe so. I spit and I spat on the beat on this track. Conscious gains, mind this game keep me while my observe time. This the machine and turn up.
I also feel like build could be more layered.
Talking.
Just push a little more detail. Intro, builds, transitions. And even the sound design is busy. I was really feeling it, feeling the textures, feeling the mix. Really cool and different. Both y'all are guys with wild sound design. All right. Damn, we all visual max. What a treat. Insane. Rats are dead. Damn, you could have went longer, bro. That was amazing. Visuals really great too. I like the impact, transitions, you know, thinking musically, go into the color mode. Heard. They're too good. Simple flow is good. Flow is good. Sound design really good. Mix is sounding so fat on these. Unique, really thick noise, thick sub. It's just great sounds. He's really come up with some sounds. Hard. I love how the sub flows in. Amazing. I don't know. I believe you. I believe in you, bro. I don't have much to complain about. I'm just very, very impressed. Intro is minimal. If you feel it, then cook on it, you know? I think having heavily projected buildups can be a good thing, but has pros and cons, you know? If you haven't experimented with like stuff in that more style, I would at least get that under your tool belt, you know? Like, you don't want to necessarily avoid something because you don't know how, per se. And I thought it could be like a little cooler, like a little nicer texture for the intro rather than like just the grittiness of the bass coming through. To wash it out more, have some type of slightly different tone, you know? Not as quality, question mark, I don't know. Man's is sawing that boat in half, Flex CLB. That's the sound. Ooh. You know, I think you can get away with like some zappy top kind of layers, exacerbating flows. You know, because with the way this bass is set up, it almost sounds as one of those layer basses, even though it is amazing. Tyler Well. Yeah. If anything, like the sound and the bones are really unique. I would just make sure like it essentially stands up to the competition in terms of like how the mix sounds, how the arrangement sounds. Because like I think experimental crazy shit can go under the radar if it doesn't, you know, check some of like the overall like quality boxes, like clear projection in the arrangement, you know, foreshadowing, and just like impeccable mix down. Sex. Ooh, God.
Can you hear your own voice? Can you hear your own voice? Can you be aware of your mind? Can you awaken at that moment of unconsciousness? Can you feel there's something in you? There's something in you. That would rather be right than at peace. There's something in you that would rather be right than at peace. Can you hear your own voice? Can you be aware of your mind? Can you awaken at that moment of unconsciousness? Can you feel there's something in you that would rather be right than at peace? There's something in you. In you. That would rather be right than at peace.
All quality. I like the mixes on the tracks tonight. The subs are coming through great. And I like the use of the vocal. I feel like you hear a lot of vocals used, which are like, okay, you know, but the attention isn't necessarily put to like making it line up like rhythmically or timing flow wise to make a drop more impactful, you know, or it's just like random clip with like, you know what I mean? But I was also very impressed by at the end, you know, like something like creative vocal manipulation, then you turned it into a riser. That's really amazing and ear catching under any condition. So really specialize in that. I don't know. It sounded like step rather than like bass house, but I don't know shit. Which is fine, because it is a fusion, you would say.
There's something in you.
As far as I know.
That would rather.
I generally think of bass house
Right.
is a little tighter on the sound design, like a little more rhythmically defined, you know, versus like it's kind of like rhythmy in the way it's ringing out and sub heavy, boofy, you know, like bouncy, rhythmic. And also it's less root note. Generally, somewhat,
Peace.
sometimes. I think your percussion could be spiced up. Is it not like fast for house, you know?
Can you hear your own?
And the fact of it having these kind of breaks, it's very dub. I mean, it's like dubstep with like a flavor of bass house. You know, I would just reference more bass house tracks if that's really what you're getting into. Well, yeah, it is 140, you say. So I don't know. Like, it doesn't quite have the same balance as like 128 or whatever. Yeah, in terms of the dark sounds, I would think. I think percussion could little, you know, a little more offbeat, like groove emphasis. Like I'm moving with it, but I'm not like bouncing on it. You feel me? This is said many times. Okay. Phrases feel
You
due to the genre.
that would rather
I mean, part of my thing is like, are the phrases too short? I think you're making them too. Have this vocal like every few bars, you know? I think you can just dig deeper into it. It feels like you're not quite committing. You know? It's very lift for the house feel. You know, because I feel like if you're house influence, then it would be like something you just settled into, repetitive, but it's just really grooves, you know what I mean? Versus there's a lot of lifts in here, more dubstep-ish. I don't know. Innovate truly. Bass design. I mean, you can try layering. I generally, if you're just trying to make a sound fuller, I usually wouldn't layer it. Because often what you in the bass sound is what you're trying to enhance. You know, or in the sense, I don't like how the phrase band stop, you know. Maybe if you do stop 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 you know, instead of hashing every phrase the same, you can bounce off the call slightly differently so it doesn't feel as shorter. So sub sound stereo. There's a lot of kind of like ping pong delay stuff you might want to clean up a little. Really work on that and reference that and try it. Even if it's not sounding first, just sit down and pretend you're a guy who makes complex phrases. What would you do? And you're probably going to make them too advanced first and then be in hell where there's fills every 2 seconds. Be doing that here. So what?
there's something in you
Not more complex phrase, rather like that's very simple. It's just changing the like drive of it through the second half of the bar. You know what I mean? I think if sub was down and delays were played with, the impression of feeling louder. Sub,
can you
loud.
be aware of your mind?
You know, instead of having to layer them, but try layering them, try tweaking their sound design, see what fullness you can get, and see mixing can change the perspective. Nice. Blast. That was cute. What I would say, like, you're a composer, you're theory pilled. Please invest in a nicer piano sampler, my bro. The least we can do. That alone will like bring up the impression of your track by like a few 100 points on the scale of being, I don't know. There's a few good ones out there, like even for free. I mean, look around, look really. My favorite, non-negotiably, is Keyscape. I feel like it comes across like the most dynamic and just has a very full sound. Like some of the contact ones and the other ones, like, sound nice, but like have like Keyscape, it just sounds like so in your face and very full, and I feel like it responds really well to dynamics better than a lot of contact. No crack discussion, guys. For real. For real. For real. Piano's reverb. Well, yeah, I kind of touched on the reverb sound a little, like, and also like built-in reverb to different samplers will do you worlds better than like something you add, even though you can get pretty effective with something to add. No, it's fair. It's fair. Something I would say, so in terms of like effect, so just something in general, I don't know. For this dramatic outro feel, I would use a bit more like range on the keys, you know? And when you're kind of a lot of the things are kind of like centered in like the middle register of the piano, you know what I mean? But especially for a solo piece, you have the whole top bottom end. You don't need to play all the chords as one. You know, you can go boom, you know, and use the fullness of different registers, give different effects. Like that can almost be the dynamics. You know what I mean? You know, like if this is like a big outro, I would expect like low end final chord or like big octave up top. Ding, ding. And if you really want to go stupid, like you can just do, what is it? I mean, like the cadence you hear in classical, they just go 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 1-1. Ding. Like you can go stupid on it. Necessary. But sampler, playing with different ranges, you know, and different fullness, being a little more dramatic in how you do the final. Yes. And already, like, you don't have to recompose it. Like, I think you can almost add just like little spark. Just take one like chunk of it and kind of change the register. You feel me? And even the sense I hear this like, and like more velocity too, for that matter. I'm just on everything, dude. Bug. Oh. I'm bugging. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just projecting something from nothing here. But with the way the piano is arranged, it sounds like I almost want like a string or a pad or something kind of defining the dynamics a little more. You feel the tension and we're not, you know? Because it's not made dramatic enough through the kind of registers used, through the velocity played. right? I think the chords can be a little more tense. Also, like, pretty sure, like, pedal carrying over. I hear it. They're like the transition. But you go do, 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 do. Well, you're ending on the third. Not even the one, dude. Come on. No, the one chord, but you have the third voice at the highest. Anyway. Roy. So true. Goobers hate him. Thanks. Wow. Were they not Schwan? Definitely the first. The first BPM. I mean, maybe I'm biased because I heard that one first. I feel like there's empty space on this. Makes the drums sound weightier when they're slow without sub bass supporting. Like, it just sounds... I think the first... Like, the drum beat just feels more fun. I don't know. But yeah. So, drums very fucking loud. Kick very... Dude. I like the sawing. He's so insane. Oh, is there just... Well then, what is the point? I don't understand. Yeah. Second half, definitely nicer with the slow, but first half, like, it's not dense enough. It feels like there's too much space. Like, we just have nice kind of string chord and, like, the beat is fun. But when you slow it down, the beat isn't fun. Alright, sir. But, like, this is coming from the guy who just, like, modulates the fuck out of this BPM in song, so I don't know what's stopping you. Like, come on, bro. You know, or I would maybe say play with that density on the first half if you're going to keep it slower. You know what I mean? Like add like like kind of rising. I would like to see like how you create such cool push and basses and everything, how you might do that with a bit of a lighter, more sparse arrangement. And I think if that comes through in the intro, that could be platinum. Just boom. Dynamic feel. True. And I might be tripping, but like mix sounds a little different from half to half. So maybe you're biasing me. I stand by. We're all getting visuals these days. Spatial, huh? It's amazing. We're in the future. Hard. All right. Best. I stay receiving these visuals. Everyone has beef with the snare. I don't know. The first snare isn't bad. The second one definitely would put a lot of people off. Like the second one. I like when it's kind of lower pitch, you know, and you could play with how it's layered, how it's processed. You switch between kind of two pitches on it. I mean, properly loud track. If you want it like loud, most guys sell in a sub bass. I think is less common in like dubstep. So I believe in dubstep, and when you're really pushing loudness, like trying to get like -6, you essentially need to duck everything with the kick. And how that sounds, you gotta change the envelope of it. You know, you have to change the quality of the kick. If the arrangement's very bright and the kick has no high end, then it might sound a little off or have a little texture that you're not looking for it to. But duck everything to the kick. If you're really pushing loud shit and the snare is like kind of up front, doesn't have its own frequency, you gotta sidechain the snare pretty hard too. The con, it'll get like squash and compress and not sound fat. All right. Yeah. No, because I think a lot of tutorials are just generally chain kick to sub, but depends. It depends. It depends on what you want. How loud do you want it? Do you like the effect of the kick down? Or would you rather be fucking diseased? All right. All right, bro. Also, yeah, that chirpy 8-bit sounding bass with the octaves jumping is insane. Yeah, and for loudness, sub too loud, mids could be louder. Like, loudness isn't fucking easy. Like, it's really its whole skill to learn. You know, you think you got mixing down, but then you really start looking at the LUFs and you're like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? And you go back and you realize a lot of how it's mixed has to do with you can master it, you know? And you might tweak a lot. So when you're adding those final compressions, do not like really overhaul some shit. You know what I mean? And ideally the shit you're trying to overhaul to get it sounding good and loud, you work into your mix process later, you know? So it's not as rah. Anyway, mixing thoughts. It's a spiritual process, truly. You learn a lot about yourself and about how much you're fucking pro-Ls before you die. Also, saturation, don't sleep. Sounds like you can afford more. All types of things. But for snare side, generally it ends up like half the volume if you're ducking everything, and a lot snappier than a kick. All right. Anything else to complain about? Yeah, somebody mentioned stereo stuff. Watch how the high end feels. Watch that snare. Get the sub a little lower, bass a little louder. Play with the drum sound too, not very transient, along with the sidechain. Yeah, dope shit too. There's really something to max on in this like squeaky bass. That's something different and really hard. Like, make that some signature, bro. fast forwarding. All right. Yeah. Nice use of vocals, nice textures. I don't know. Sounds in cheek, maybe. But she said it sounds more reference than your other tune. Right.
Some boy king and no want no laziness in the dance, you know. So all of the top nuts, let's get up and rock. And all the data and all the man, let's get up and rock. Some boy killer, they are.
Love you so. Yes. You can straight up sidechain. So, yes, like the milliseconds for the kick and the snare. You can also line it up visually. It's nice to, when you sidechain, you can resample it or have some type of waveform visual. Or just specifically cut it out to the exact time that the kick is present, right? And tailing off. Some classic dub vibration here. I like to hear it. Like, I think we're really specializing in our type of things. You know, like, tracks are sounding less samey. Round of applause. Round of applause, everyone. I love the effect. Woo, woo, woo. A little clippy edge on some of these basses I'm hesitant on. Watch the drives. This squeak bass could be a little harsh. Generally right pocket, loud, mid basses come up slightly. I love the feel of the top percussion, that's really swing. Careful with cutting the phrases too much like that. As we phrase, we do that, but it does too much sometimes. I think you can ride it out longer. Like, given you have nice melodics on top, it's not like something that can really go on and on and on. Right? think you can continue varying, like you go do, you know what I mean? I like how you have the bass harmonics playing against each other in the phrase. It's a big variation. You tune them all up relative to each other, cool and different. Layer is beautiful. Be very standout. I don't know. I would hit the intro a little longer. It sounds like it didn't quite reach the peak. Jumped in and dived. And even though Under This Water is very nice, I almost want like a dubbier sounding riser, as flush with the sound palette. Something akin to like that. Sample. Just don't rush it. Period, right? Don't chop phrases too much. Tune the drums a little. Just volumes on a slight degree. Like just your groups. It's fine. And watch a clip. Maybe post-process. Some bass is just a little brighter. Fresh Air is a nice plugin. O2T is decent. Mewy. The darkness.
Hard to lift. The artist coming out the fifth darkness.
This is the hardest shit ever made.
Coming out the fifth darkness.
Alright. Yeah. First part, I stand by my statement. Some of the hardest shit ever. Yeah, and as for dedicated sub, it's overrated sometimes. Sometimes. You know, if you don't crush the fuck out of your shit with like processing, you know, and it doesn't sound, because if you process too much in the sub, like it's offset from the original waveform, right? It's fine. You know, I mean, check the level, check the stereo, check different stuff, look at the waveform, you know, but yeah, that can help too. Splitting the bands, sleeper tip. Is it too subby? It's very subby, but I think that's important to it because like it is just minimal, you know, and like just the disrespect for the sub is, so I think it's fitting that the sub should be louder than is standard. Drum's so mean. I love the tiny snare. Like acoustic sounding hats. Maybe sounding distorted-ish, but it's in effect, I assume. Compression-wise. More of this like spooky texture in the beginning. That was sub doesn't sound as big here. Or maybe I would almost give it that similar kind of mid-range this wub has, to give it that same fullness, you know, it's just a texture to the sub you don't hear. I'll maybe try compressing after these filter modulations. I like that little flyaway. Or just something maybe EQ wise to like make the filter sway sound a little more controlled, in the sense like it will be effectively require less volume to feel the same. Fletcher.
Coming out the fifth darkness.
It's amazing. Like, I love your music, sir. I don't know. I'll maybe make the ending outro feel like it's tapering out a little more, you know? A little quieter, a little dimmer, so it's more of a conclusion rather than... That's something I pick up again. It's like, oh, what's going on? You know, transition to the next song, preparing you for something. Some thoughts. Wait, is the chain two-sided though? The way it sits, it makes it sound like the kick is just fucking sucking the air out the room. Which is nice. on this setup. Maybe too much on others, I don't know.
You want both this cheesecake?
Alright, I'm sorry, sir. I like your track and it's silly, but if you're in the chat, where you didn't ask questions, bro. I would say intro stuff. Give it something. Sounds like the build-up is very shy.
Both this cheesecake?
Bro is the phaser. Yo.
You want both this cheesecake? You got parachute.
Pretty hard though. Mix sounds good. I would watch the harshness because yeah, a lot of that stuff can come through very harsh with saw wave. Peace, real, love you. Phasers are too good. Like, why would you use any other thing ever? No, obviously, but they're one of my favorites. Croy, you're giving snarky ass feedback every fucking time. Please. I think more hat action. It doesn't feel minimal to the point that like no hats is a thing. But yeah, just that. Yeah. Or if the goal is here, I would maybe, since you switch it up for the second half, maybe have like some type of decay or like modulation to give it that feel. Just so you can really hear the empty space provided. So you know. So it doesn't sound like just a variation and you're like where the hats went. All right. Done.
Don't wanna fall into your arms again. Don't wanna give you everything I have. Don't wanna fall into your arms again. Don't wanna
That's hard. this hard. Hello. I think the vocals feeling slow, lethargic is part of the. Also, the harmony on it is really cool. The photo, like fill, like is so fucking hard. Really dope. Do neurofills feel out of place? I love the bass on it. I would use the fills at more of a big transition. So you do the whatever, and then it would go to like this outro, but with a little less layers. You know, something to kind of shock you. Be like, whoa, what was that? Rather than like something shocking, jarring, back to something similar. Makes you wonder, like, what was that noise, rather than announcing. Melody in the drop, what I hear? You can go you know, like, I think octave jumps could be cool with this type of sound. You can even like form it, play with it, so it still sounds deepish. It defines your flow. And surprisingly, I don't think half steps. Dun 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 dun. Maybe, but you can go do 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 do. So yeah, just stepping off the 1 to the next flat 2 or the normal 2, like minor, and or octave bounces could be a little spice there. It's welcome. And with the vocal feel too, like they're kind of slow, but I think you can kind of grid them up a little more, feel a little tighter with the beat. I would say hats are too loud. Or they sound, I think the rest of the drums could maybe come up slight kick snare up, slight hat down, slight. I haven't seen you in a minute, Vagabond Daydream. I miss you. Okay, I'll fix it. Consistency is key, so pretty clean, sir. Congrats. Congrats on finishing. Does the break feel long enough? I don't know. I think generally it can be spiced. It felt like a fine length. I think overall the break could be spiced. Because I wasn't receiving enough flavors from him to say that I'm missing his marinate. Alright. Bases could definitely come up. You've got a lot of headroom there. Hive Mind, appreciate you. Too much of a phaser effect. I like the effect of phaser. Steps this last time. I think the effect though is when one bass is super phasey and like a notch defining the harmonics makes it sound different against the others, you know, like texturally different. Adjusting volume will also help this, but maybe even adding slight phaser, slight notchish peak definition, because I find them really important, honestly. So if you up some of the rest of the ones, like to kind of at least have some of that texture harmonic definition playing off, then yeah, be nice. Or even get into the phaser or like modulate it so like, okay, phaser time and then tuning out of it. Yeah. Sound probably right. More spooky at most. I don't know, rehaul it, honestly. The rest, we're fine. Yeah. Watch consistency in stereo, in the texture of the bass. If one's too phasery, maybe add a little phaser to the other one. Bring all the basses up overall. Please give the intro break some spice. They weren't giving me a whole lot of swag, a whole lot of vibe. You know, and it's kind of spooky, but like low key. I think this is almost a fun, more bouncy track. Maybe if you could intro melodics, maybe a little more fun rhythm on something, maybe a more intense build up. Flows are so fun. Sound selection, key, beautiful.
Excuse me, Colonel. The foreigner. Could it be a fair foreigner? A blonde?
Blonde. All right. Y'all have been really nice on the mix downs. It seems like a lot of the guys whose mix downs I would complain about, I don't more. Sounds really upfront. We are not taking Discord submissions, and I'm sorry I cure for you. Fucked up. Yeah. At the halfway point, definitely a bit of variation. It's on the minimal side, so it's kind of hard to like add a harmonic per se. Well, I don't know. I'm silent sounds. I think you can vary in terms of adding layers to keep pushing it forward. Also, I'd maybe think like Ursa Micro comes to mind in terms of he has the really deep wub, and then it's contrasted with one that's very bark, you know. ID for variation. Yeah. I think that'd be a good way to play off it without fully getting rid of the deepness. Yeah, they've been on their minimal shit, you're right. Sub a little loud. Loud. I'm really looking for some layers. Just layer it up a little more. Hit that variation. Intros aren't very full. If you're really lost on where to do, then I would just reference. Just straight up sounds like low on the track department. Right, and I often mention if the snare is reverby and there's no other definition with layers, then it sounds empty. It sounds like the snare is hitting in an empty room, not a spacious room with many things in it. So if the snare was drier and kind of contrasted with something for the beginning, then it maybe sound a little tight, you know? I'm excellent, sir. Tim Osmond, I appreciate you, truly. So, clean up snare reverb, maybe add more percussion layers, try a little fill. So, chants. Or play off how minimal it is. It sounds like it's on the border of minimal, but there's some little there. You know what I mean? But not quite enough to... It's making it sound like we're waiting for more. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Like, I think you know better, bro. More... All right, that's bro. Maybe if you like slap back delay them. Very second half, little percussion loop on top. Add fancy fills, even more layers, you know what I mean? Like, each moment is a new space to enter. Reference. Don't skimp. Or even in the sense of something really minimal, reference a really minimal track and see exactly what they're doing. Because even though on the surface it seems simple, like they just don't have a lot going on, that's not true. In the sense of their tracks are small, but very intentional in what they do. And like I said, you might find all their elements are very dry, which makes them cohesive. You know, their bass might have a certain timbre, which makes it cool, you know? And their choice of how the intro might be extremely thematic, you know, but sparse. You know, don't write it off. Wow. That progression and bass, I got to talk more into the mic directly. I apologize for the guys cutting out. If there's anything like sentence cut off that you want me to repeat, please just say that. Thank you. I love it. Theme, I like your music. Surprised to hear that it's on low C on the first chord. It sounds pretty good. It sounds like you got the harmonics really clean, the EQing really clean. To the point like the low C doesn't sound super, you know what I mean? Of course, keep in mind it is going to sound like it's dropping out a little, but given like the context, it is like a bouncy bass. I don't think it's going to ruin you. The time when it drops out, when it's bad, is if you're trying to hit up in the world and you hit a low C and it just sounds like the sub turned off, right? Aggression, love the bass line. It just has such warm vibes to it. MIDI, sir. Yes, I mean, you can turn the volume up the low. EQing would get you there, you know, like in the same sense of Fletcher-Bunting curve for the higher end. Like you can kind of Bunting curve it like for the sub, since subs don't reproduce frequencies evenly and your frequencies evenly. I don't think it needs to be sidechained. Yeah, not at all. Generally, unless you really like the sound of it ducking, or if you're trying to get it something super loud. I like the development of the snare a bit. It sounds kind of weird placed in the stereo, like it's in a different room from the rest of the instruments, you know what I mean? So playing the mix, try to get them, like their tone a little similar in terms of how bright and how mid-rangey they are, right? Very picky. Well, yeah, I like how you go from the fifth to the do. Maybe you can even carry that bass to the bottom hit so it's a little clear. Thank you, sir. Yes. What? Clippiness of this sound. I don't know. In my ear, at least, like the basses don't take up as much space as they're made out to be. Or like my ears kind of change in terms preferring when things are layered, you know? Because there's all this nice melodic content and the way like things are bouncing back and forth, but it gets kind of rooty. You know what I mean? Like a arrangement, I don't want the sound design to take the place of musical content. This is controversial and insanely spicy. That or some way to make the rhythmic definition that much more enticing. Please, bro. Yeah, like the chords are a little more up front. The bass line provides a little contrast in the way. So maybe implement something of that on the bass and don't strip the layers back quite as much, and or rhythmically define the bass, make it clearer like in the mix how it feels. You know, almost like it's a percussion break or something. Or maybe if it was, feel a little stankier, if it wasn't a wub, but more of a pluck. Meaner. and a little clearer. Back the window insane. Still nice. Proud of this. Maybe make this last section feel a little more like a chorus, given like the arrangement, since it's similar to the beginning, and or keep developing it like linearly. Right. You can even go back to that, you know, to, yeah, I don't know. It's a world I think you can revisit some places.
We're living in a world, and again it's about perceptual control. There is absolutely nothing like the one we appear to be experiencing.
He's broken through, sir. He's here.
Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place?
All right.
You think that's air you're breathing now?
All right. Yeah. This is the best I've heard from you.
And again, it's about perception.
Mix. I love this on these basses. Mix is as fat as it should be. Sample selection is really good. It really sets the atmosphere perfect. That pong is cool and nice. Little transitions, like it's praise, but like just enough that you still are deep in it. I'm very impressed, sir.
We're living in a world, and again, it's
Maybe like fade in the vocal a bit, get a little more dynamic, like we're creeping up to it.
the one we appear.
Little.
Stronger.
Yes. I do agree. Unfortunate. I don't know, something sounds straight about just the sort of element. Maybe like really heavy vibrato, like shakiness could make that distortion sound really messed up on it. I believe in that, yes. Also, like in terms of like percussion here, you know what I mean? Sharing top suggestions, nice transition at the end. Yeah, I mean, just a little bit of dynamic, slight more tension. I mean, still play with it.
Faster. Breathing now.
Yes. Yeah, nice. Dearly gents. His arrangements are more structured and exciting these days. Very nice. Should you cut out the second drop? No, I think he could vary it slightly more. Processing, mastering, yeah. I've been very impressed with the mix down tonight. They've been sounding very. They got y'all on. So much improvement, man. Be proud. Add chord patch. I feel like some of where these hit is kind of random. You know, I guess it's trying to like tune it out into the break, but maybe you can have some reverb like filtering out processing to kind of reflect that. Yeah. So chord patch, vocal, I don't know, just a little something on a layer could fill it in. A little more on the transitions overall could do a lot for you. Maybe bring some of the subs, some of the second non-drop sections, or at least get a different patch. Because I'm not sure if it's like trying to just sub it up or like this is a half drop or, you know. But then the fact drop, but then like don't drop, you know what I mean? Like the structure is there, but there's some things that leave me uncertain and might confuse the listener as to like where they got to go crazy on. So essentially just be more consistent in how you hold and give it all here. You know what I mean? Layer it up with some non-bass elements, you know, like don't be in the habit of layering your intros with basses because that's not good generally. I hope front I shouldn't have to ask, bro. You understand, man? You know what I mean, though. It's getting there. I think transitions, holding things back a little more, putting them out at the right times, you know what I mean? I want to elaborate further, my brain. Peace, Hive Mind, I appreciate you coming out. It was sick, it kind of fell off. I'm playing. Strip it back so it sounds more boom, like rather than half drop. And maybe if you want to tease the bass, high pass it. Then more attention effects, not just the cymbal, something in addition to that, or stretch it out even longer. That could variation on second drop. Nice mix down, sir. Good arrangement. It's really coming some ways. It's been. Oh my god, the waveform, sir. And what is this? Please. Yeah.
Bitch, you lame.
Nice, yeah. Okay. So obviously you smashed the fuck out of the master. Surprisingly doesn't sound terrible, but it is too much. Really nice phrases. Placing the hook, I mean, I can't speak on that. Didn't sound necessarily not original, but I was like, yeah, it's a house track coming on. You know what I mean? Like maybe if you want to strike people with something like, oh, this unlike any other house shit you got going, and go for it. But it sounded good. Sounded fine, right? You know, but not clipping it as much will give you space to layer more things and have more of a dynamic feel. You know, like the intro feeling quieter than the drop can, or intense. Intro being quieter than the drop. Less samey. Could have maybe a synth patch to complement your piano here. I'd maybe give it a longer transition, since starting with the floor, maybe you can filter it in or have something atmospheric, or and when it comes to this part, give it more indication that you are switching it away from the 4 on the floor, because if you're house and like you're mixing house, that's quite a drastic change. Make sure to kind of add things at the halfway points. Riser pretty good. Yeah, sameness can change. I love the percussion. Dope riff, dope sound design. I don't have much else to complain about, really. That sound isn't quite as fat, being a little muffled mid-rangey. But yeah. I like the phrases, I like how they're varied. The structure overall is good. Mix is the biggest thing, you know. So reference mix, reference how the master feels. Perhaps some intro density, so it doesn't sound amateur. It sounded fine, but we're not crazy, we're not, you know. And sound sounded pretty good together. In some parts, it sounded like some were jumping up in volume a little bit, you know, or clipping harder things. Watch out for that. I dig this. Hard as fuck. Love you. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. Yo. Yeah. That was really great and amazing. He's so theory-pilled. It's amazing. 5/8 sounds really good for 5/8. Probably like the best weird time signature track I've heard in here. Yes. Mixing tips. One thing that stood out, you had this section where the lead went solo before the rest of the arrangement came in. It came across really loud given how everything is compressed together. Yes, theory-pilled. Keyboard maxing. I think placing things with like a little bit of delay and reverb and like chorus on different elements, you know, effects can help differentiate the sounds. Because right now they're all pretty basic, in a good way though, but like end up coming across a little dry, on the same level of dryness, versus if something's a little more wet, it feels more distinct from the crowd. Sound selection really dope. I feel like this lead could be like EQ'd a little. It sounds a little mid-range boofy. Been really sitting though. Or something. There's just like a fullness to it that the rest doesn't have. Yeah, and watch some of the loudness like on the break. I think it kind of comes in and ends up taking over. I think it should mesh a little more in. Just turning it down a little to do that. This part was insane. The way the melody follows those chords transposing. obvious thing, but I think in some part you can go dun 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 dun, you know, just simple half step. It's alright length, but I think you can maybe bring out like some more distinct like B and C sections, you know, because I was super impressed by how you vary this idea. And I think if you do something like that, maybe with the half step idea I mentioned, then you could excuse more time out of it. And maybe moments in the arrangement where it's less force, all the layers dense at once, less full force, all the layers. Yes, the rumors are true. Dude, you didn't get the ping? Turn on pings in the Bunting Music Discord. Bunting Flock. Every first Friday. If Friday lands on a month with the day one... Okay, you understand. Round B. Alright, yeah. This is really good, and I'll look at more stuff from you. I love that. Could also maybe bump things in different registers so they're a little more defined. It's pretty wall of soundish, and that can be differentiated through different octaves, perhaps, and mindful arrangement. But even where it's at, I will return. The Space Kid. Oh my god.
Right. Whistles. No. Whistles.
That was a hard tune. I mean, you're saying separation of frequency. Hard to get that when it sounds like you're slamming the fuck out of everything in this universe, especially the bass. No, it was surprisingly clear for how chunked it is.
Whistles.
But I think just a bit of dynamics will help that come through.
Whistles.
Right, and like there are some tools to kind of like, so frequency separation, if like isn't doing you good, you can automate EQs, automate volumes, right? Even get a dynamic EQ, mess with that. There's also features on Soothe, or I think a plugin called Track Spacer, which specifically targets the frequencies produced by. You can set it to cut those frequencies out of the other sound. It's nice. It's nicer in concept, low key, okay? But if you really are gonna go hard on like layering and trying to mix things, then yeah. I mean, second part for more variation. I mean, like, I think come back with that when you have like an intro, break, and like outro on it. You know what I mean? And you know, the plugin you can use Soothe or Track Spacer. Yeah, Soothe too. I'll say it's nicer in concept. I think dynamic EQing gets you a better result because realistically, you don't need every little frequency notched and cut. You just need some that define usually. Oh, Golfos, is that something that does it? What is that? I've heard of it. Something. Anyway. Honestly, pretty fine. If you unclip it, it already sounds pretty well defined. Unclip, let those dynamics kind of breathe a little. Make sure some of the basses don't get too stereo, too MIDI. You know, intro, break, outro, make sure those are really quality and fun, and then they'll be reference upon. I like your kind of sound design. Minty. What is it, a saturator? So in this part, you're asking like horn response. I think you could just do pluck. So doom, 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 da da boom, 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 boom. You know, just kind of like how people pluck a bass, just chugs, like teasing. The focus is a little elsewhere, but still giving some stinky rhythms to bust down to. I love you all. What tutorial did you use for these sounds? I'm not hearing them in every track, bro. No, I love you. Oh, really? That sounds pretty nice. In moderation. Tipper tut. Yeah, like tipper tut plus like distortion max. I'm very impressed, man. Keep him. Sorry, 1 second, I'm tripping. Alright, I'm not tripping. Okay, this track is just very quiet. The form looks compressed. It's not like at peak volume. That's nice. Kinda like it ended a little abrupt. Could have rode that out. Why are we in the ocean? Guys. It's right on the edge of over compressed. I think the kick could use like adjust the side chain, make it a little tighter, and the kick a little brighter. Ooh, rhymes and bars. My favorite part was over here. Kick could use brightness and tighter side chain for it. Sub down slate, mid bass is up. And also something to really dive into. I mean, I think you've talked about like harmonics choice on basses when you're gonna have melodic layers. And like on this bass, it sounds like it's ducking the rest of the things when the sub gets too much limiting, usually. For compression. Same thing. I'll clean up the noise on the bass. I'll maybe give him like a little more bite with distortion. I don't know. I don't like the sound of bass with just like, it's like pretty hollow wub, but it's a little too noisy. You know what I mean? And given the rest of the arrangement, given the layers, I feel like there's something stopping me from really feeling the flow of the bass. Whether the first bass isn't forward enough in how it's designed or how it's mixed, or the layers are too layery. I also believe an effect could come from the flow being more complex than something unstable. If anything, simplify and bring forward. Mantra. I feel like there's room for just a tiny little call on all these downbeats. Since the bass always comes in after a pause. And getting their attention on the one in terms of the bass register. Yes, I agree. I was absolutely thinking Shmurra vibe. Shmurra. He's nice. But calling the downbeat could help bring attention to the bass, and it sounds like there's really some room for it. And I mentioned what I changed about the sound design. I like second drop more. At least in terms of, I felt like it was meshing a little more with the whole. Right. String instrument, the plucky guy, whatever it is, it sounds like it fits. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck is this site, bro? I fucking apologize for your ears, son. Hard. Cool. The beat with the sample is really fucking cool. Sorry. A better. If that's what you mean by like the part with the beat and like the break beat sample, like that was my favorite part essentially. So I don't know what the concern is, if I'm receiving the right message. Bass is fat. All your subs have been good, guys, but I think a lot of y'all mid basses could crisp up. Generally, not even crisp. I tried. Yeah, those two. And the consistency between levels, absolutely. On the mid-range elements. The sub and the drum.
Go dog.
Mid bass meaning you have your dedicated. Mid bass is anything not on that. I mean, that's where your sound design is. Generally, is what I refer to. Yeah, like this section needs more risers soon. Like as soon as the sample bit cuts out, like start like going insane. Breakdown. Yes. Oh yes, 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 yes. Yes. Mid frequencies, but I refer to mid bass meaning the whole entire bass, you know, because when you create your groups for tracks, there is your sub and your mid basses because they stop at the mid. That's my definition. But yes, tend. This is amazing already. Even turn the vocal. I feel it. Wow. no. Yeah. That was such improvement. I love that. I love how it starts using more really textural sounds, which I really like, and I think makes a lot out of the abstraction of the track. And yes, the structure is good. Like, it's still abstract form, but just having these simple moments, you know, you have the drums here, you take them out. You know, you take the bass out, you add the bass, it makes even strange things hit. So amazing. Like, you're really leaning into the textural aspect, and just the slightest bit of here and there, bass, no bass, you know, changing the instruments is really paying off, and you seem to be natural at it. Considering all your other shit had none of that whatsoever, so it would be something to train, you know. It did lose me a little towards the latter half. I think because this texture in the beginning was such a hook, I was like, I'm ready. But not quite as much there. I don't know. It kind of lost me as this next section went on a little. Yeah, I felt like you crazy beat drop, then the drum simmered out, and I'm like, what? Drums got a little too abstract, and maybe there's supposed to be an coming up to here. You know, I would work on transitions in the micro. Small. Yeah, a notably different texture, reverby, saw wavy. I would maybe also try changing the texture of the bass, you know. It's pretty sustained in places, but if you have so boom, 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 you know, whether it be pitch bends, more kind of rhythmic, you know, instead of all sustain. Yes, lovely. It's on the quiet side compared to the rest, but yes. Concau. That's the Concau. It's literally him, dude.
And there was this extraordinary silence. It was unbelievable. And something went like right in my heart went like bloop. And I thought, what is that? This is awful weird. Anyway, so then I walked up to the house and knocked on the door. And this big bearded guy opens the door and smiles at me. He's got this like crazy smile on his face, like. And I thought, I gotta get the hell out of here now. Well, I've come this far, what the hell? And he just points up the stairs like, this is too weird. Anyway, I walked up the stairs, and I came over the stairs, and the way it was the stairs came up to the room, and there was the moment I walked into that room, something I knew that whatever it was real.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Acid. It just happened. It was real.
What were those little fills made with?
You have any medicine? The yogi medicine. Beyond acid. People said, wow. Maharaji.
Yo. Yeah, this one's really hard. A slew of quality tracks. And I like the trend, noticing these kicky subs, you know, really fluttering the pitch bends. Kind of like, yeah, who started that? Skrillex Rumble? Anyway, it's pretty good. I think it could come up a little louder and try a little harmonic on it, perhaps.
It was real.
Amazing. And I love how the synths are modulated. It's a really amazing, like genuinely psychedelic feel, like some of the kind of trippiest bass music I think I've heard in a minute, you know? And the same with the vocal process. The story's nice. I felt like I wanted to hear what he was saying in the story, but the kind of build got a little too loud to make out what he was saying. Mastering guy said the same thing. One on drop B. I don't know, since the sub is so central, I could imagine bringing it up a little. One point is true. I like the use of flavors. I like, even though this is very sparse, it's very clear, like, projection, like, mix the song out here. Just with enough of motif to recognize what you're getting into. Kankai is really good. He first came in here with really abstract stuff, but like his structured stuff as he started to do it is very nice.
The yogi medicine.
Writing out the phrase works because of the way you modulate it. And it hits that minimal feel we know and love from this evening.
Well, I've come this
December
far.
1st.
And he just points up the stairs like, this is too weird.
Maybe your new shit.
Anyway, I walked up the stairs and I came over the stairs, and the way it was the stairs came up to the room and there was a...
Oh shit.
The moment I walked into that room, something...
I can't. Okay. Stinky, I like your art here. He's very swagged. This is insane. Like, this could 2006 and nobody would question. Katy Perry E.T. Stinky 2003 dubstep remix. Like, come on. Title alone says it all. Oh, nice. Wow.
Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary on the boss tonight. And you don't give a fuck what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian Dior. Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, cause I'm not sure. Do anybody make real shit anymore? Bow in the presence of greatness. Cause right now, that has forsaken us. You should be honored by my lateness. That I would even show up to this fake shit. So go ahead, go nuts, go ape shit. Especially in my pastel on my babe shit. Act like you can't tell who made this new gospel. Homie, take 6.
Otherworld life forms.
That was heat. So heat, I let it play for almost 4 minutes. I'm insane.
Play secretary on the boss and right now that
is this even dubstep though?
has forsaken
greatness. You should be honored by my lateness, that I would even show up to this fake shit. So go ahead, go nuts, go ape shit.
Yeah, the timing of the vocals really shows when Kanye starts spitting his bars, as he does. So sync that up. Look at individual syllables out that specific section, you know, like tune it. Make it lined up perfect. You could have a little... I think snare could have a bit more layer, just be a bit louder, like a clap layer, maybe with a bit of verb even. Needs more subs, certainly. Feels a little bright, It's nice.
Fucking
Wait, what was he saying here?
world life forms. A fucking
It is louder than most of the track, but that's fine. Improve the intro. Any complaints about the songwriting? I like it. I feel like I want a little more in mid-range kind of layers elements in there. Or maybe it just sounds like kind of like notched. Notched and not very heavy on the low end. Not a nice combo. In terms of the mix down, in terms of I feel like vocal could be like scooped a little in the mid to like line up with the mix feel, rest of the arrangement mix feel. I'm sorry, I gotta speak into this thing. I just gotta fucking adjust the volume to where it's good and get really close and up to it. Hello. Okay, should be good. Hey. It's a new feature. You can click and drag to change the speed. I would maybe get the intro things a little less super solid or a little more low pass to feel more contrast from the drop feels. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Kick weak. There, I told you that. The bass loud enough. Bring up the sub. Maybe. Yeah, 7 lefts is fine. Glitch in outro. It's fine. It's all fine. Intro improvement. A little more dynamic. Maybe introduce the riser sooner. A little more low pass. Overall, watch the mix. Make sure it's not too thin. Play with how the vocal sits and the timing on that. All right. Nice. Oh, he's dripping. Nice. I don't know what it is. That was pretty clean, brother. So these shakers come in quite loud. This downbeat bass could be brighter, a little less mid-rangey. And these fills are pretty bright compared to the Bunting flutter bass. Watch the sub on him as well. Sounds too many mid harmonics, not enough low on the sub. Check the note as well. Oh. F0. Don't be misled. Yeah, and snare has some really harsh high notes. Same with the hats. Really watch that. Sound design processing on them is pretty good, except for the few I mentioned. I think generally some of them could have a little less mid scoop, slightly. And yeah, I would have a little more, at least one more element besides the kind of percussion build up doing the variation. Like vocal sounds empty, especially when it's verbatim repeated. Just a little something here, a little something there, and we're spiced. Yo, yo. Oh. This is gnarly. So mix. Drums loud. Rest pretty good. I don't like the mix on that bass. kind of MIDI, not quite bright in the right way. And sub seems to be too much in this break, or at least bring these pads up. Snare's not my favorite for like the break vibe. I'll maybe switch it. You know, it's more snare probably a little loud compared to the kick to backtrack to the kick argument. Hats a bit, crisp up the high end on them so they stick. And watch, it sounds like there's some notes that are almost like sustained from the last chord thing. I don't know. Yeah. And I would get, I don't know. It sounds fine for what it is, but I always little switch ups here in the breaks and outros, you know, or at least just a little more effort. All right. Where is bro? This place looks fictional in nature. Holy Spirit. Let's get it.
Where you gon' go? If it's looking cold, spark up the fire inside your soul. All that glitter ain't gold, my niggas know. All you need to grow is all the fire stored in your soul. The road you chose reflect where you gon' go. If it's looking cold, spark up the fire inside your soul. All that glitter ain't gold, my niggas know. All you need to grow is all the fire stored in your soul. The road you chose reflect where you gon' go. If it's looking cold, spark up the fire inside your. Who put the God inside you? Check inside your mirror. A nigga be connected to the source and placenta. Born in disaster, read the master. I have to pick up on patterns in my path, so I can't learn my lessons on top of blessings. Like penetration, show me my path. I chose to have in, but adolescent nigga ain't ought to use my weapons. My mind I'm driven, blah blah. A nigga step.
Dig it. Like that. He's been pretty clean these days. The rebrand? Right, yeah. He's more slap. Give him a mid-range layer. Also, he's kind of panned to the right, you know? If he's mono and has nice stereo off both ends, he'll sound bigger. Automatic. Boost his mid or like tune him down slightly. Drum bust him I love all these auto panny flutter basses. Very nice. emote maxed today. Feel free to spam any emote you see fit in the chat. Choose the one that expresses most who you are inside.
Learn my lessons on top of blessings, like meditation. Show me my path, I chose to have in. But adolescent, nigga ain't know to use my weapons. My mind, I'm dripping. Blah,
I feel like too chaotic in the second drop. I'm not low. I think it could be easier to fuck with the audience, but have them follow through if this vocal wasn't. I mean, it is. It's a little hectic with how quickly it's liking to switch up. The basses could maybe be closer in texture if you're in that way. Basic things you can. You know, just really hitting those simple and staple, but is always a nice ground to what you're working with. You're juggling all that and a bass line at once, so I admire your effort. Kick has this little clippiness to it a little bit. I would play with the side chain. Watch the kick clip. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not really made clear what the variation is. I don't know, simplify, my man. Phrase on here was nice. I don't know. Still, phrases, still. On show Bandit. You're, dude, real mature. Okay, your track gets skipped for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, I'm playing.
You, like LSD?
Yes.
Why?
Jesus Christ.
Well, because for one, it teaches me a lot about myself that I didn't know. And it kind of informs me about my environment and what goes on.
What does it tell you about yourself?
It tells me what I like.
What do you like?
Well...
feeling this outro beat a little too hard. It's there. It's nice though. Alright. I mean, you kinda are too... It sounds like these are multiple drop ideas. By far. This first one I didn't like at all. The second one is middle tier.
No, and it...
Really any transition from the intro to anything. It's kind of cool, but when the drop hits, I was just hoping like tease, 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 and then just stink on that one bass and the riff. And vary that. Or maybe with the variation, you can have the deep wah, but do vroom, you know, keep that main like chunk bass that I really like in there because I like it. No, because it could sound good probably, you know. And then we just kind of go to a break and then it ends. Like we could have a second drop. I don't know. It's pretty sparse. They can go a lot of places, but main bass too repetitive. I think it should be more repetitive. It's a really nice sound. I'm just hearing some riffiness and just variations playing off that main bass, using it as a call. Kick is too transient for what's going on. Kind of cool, but kind of hurty. Hat's kind of shy in comparison. Subs and pretty loud. Mid basses could generally come up on a lot of the tunes tonight, including this one.
Because for one,
And also just bringing these volumes up at the break and stuff. Right. So, yeah. That's it though. Thank you guys for sitting through and enjoying the stream, hopefully, right? Hope you learned something. If you didn't, read a fucking book. No. But yeah, nice tunes. Been very impressed with the mix downs tonight. Lots of minimal deep shit in kind of a new sense we're not used to. So I love hearing that develop. Make sure to get engaged with the community. These happen every Friday. Submissions taken at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Feel free to hop in the voice chat. Look around in the Discord. I'll be launching a new community feedback channel soon. So, hi. All right. Stay active. If you want to support me directly, visit buntingmusic.com. Plenty of free samples on there, as well as one-on-one lessons with me if you're getting that intimate for some reason. Links in the description if you want to rewatch the stream, and I've said everything. I love you all. Be well, prosper,